Today we're talking about path to cash in Salesforce CPQ and field service. Starting with our customer Greg, who's going to be placing an order in CPQ, Cindy, our dispatcher, who's going to be dispatching that work in Salesforce field service, and Andy, our technician, who's going to be delivering and upselling to the customer. Logging in as our customer Greg, we can come to our experience portal to easily see our upcoming services and to request a new quote. At first, we start by confirming Greg's contact information. Our company prides ourselves on being a white glove delivery service, so we want to make sure to gather all information for this delivery up front, starting with the address. Greg will enter the address, and then we'll move on to an address confirmation screen to make sure that he didn't mistype anything and our technician knows exactly where to go. Here we are using Google to confirm that this is the correct address for the delivery. If it's a new build or new construction, the customer can enter a latitude and longitude to ensure that the technician arrives at the correct site. Since Greg has multiple buildings, he can then come and enter multiple addresses at one time to have multiple locations all on one quote for his convenience. Once again, we're going to confirm that the second address is correct to ensure that we can complete this delivery successfully. Greg is then directed into a quote where he can then choose the product that he needs. When we return to the quote, we can see that the additional fees of labor and installation have been added automatically, and he can also choose the maintenance contract that he had wanted for his systems. Once Greg's completed his quote, we then continue that white glove delivery by letting him choose the date and preferred time that he would like his products installed. He can also enter any special instructions for the technicians to ensure that the technician has all the information right when they get on site. A copy of the quote is automatically emailed to Greg, so now let's jump into CPQ and Salesforce. As Cindy, our dispatcher, Greg has decided to move forward with this order, so Cindy's going to go ahead and dispatch these work orders to a technician. As we can see, the product information as well as the site information and the timing information that Greg entered is automatically transferred to the work orders and service appointments so that the dispatcher and technician can ensure to arrive at the right place at the right time. Coming to the Gantt, Cindy can see that the service appointments were automatically assigned to Andy based on his availability and her preferred scheduling logic. If wanted, Cindy can reorder the appointments or move them around to a different technician, but it turns out that Andy truly is the best technician for these jobs, so she's going to go ahead and dispatch them to him. When Cindy dispatches the work, Andy the technician receives a notification on his mobile app and can come in and see his work for the day. Once Andy's done with his install, he marks the work order line item as complete. This updates the asset in the back end and automatically creates the maintenance plan so that this asset can be serviced on a regular cadence moving forward. While on site, Andy noticed that Greg's buildings really need some additional service as well as some additional parts. So he jumps over to CPQ right on his mobile phone to create a quote for that additional work and discuss the pricing with Greg while he's on site. Once Andy's done with his work, he's going to go ahead and mark that work order as complete, which involves taking a photo of his completed work, as well as generating a service report where he can then hand his phone to Greg and have Greg sign off on the completed install. When Greg signs this, that's going to automatically send a copy of the service report to him as a confirmation of service, as well as sending him a copy of the quote that Andy generated for him so that he can hopefully come back and purchase another install for his other equipment.